Bordering the beautiful and historic battlefields in Fairfax County, Virginia, there is a classical Christian academy where God is moving. Welcome to Ad Fontes Academy. Ad Fontes is Latin for "to the fountains" and references our commitment to seeking Christ as our living water and the font of all truth, goodness, and beauty.
Ad Fontes Academy exists to glorify God by partnering with parents to cultivate wise and virtuous students through a robust, Christ-centered classical education. This is our mission, and I'm confident it's effective because it's worked for my family. We came here in the fall of 2015 when our youngest son was a rising freshman. Our son graduated with a rich and deep love of learning and the ability to gather knowledge and discern truth. And we help young people find their place in the great conversation that has been taking place for thousands of years. But Ad Fontes is more than just a great academic experience. It's a place where teachers become mentors and eventually friends. My son learned and grew outside of the classroom by spending his day with teachers who were rooted in their faith and sure of their calling. He was confident and well-rounded because that's what Ad Fontes does. After our son graduated, I realized that I had gained something here as well. I loved being around the many godly scholars, and I knew I wanted to protect this for future generations. I joined our Board of Trustees in 2021, and now I'm the head of school. I love Ad Fontes for what it did for our son and for what we continue to do for the families who come here. We are a K-12 classical school with a clear mission. We're small, personal, and purposeful.
We invite our students to discover their place in the great conversation as we lead them through the timeless wisdom of the classical model.
What is our name, Ad Fontes? Ad Fontes being to the source, back to the basics of things. And our source is going to the great books. The classical model is three-tiered. The first being the grammar stage. And then we have the logic stage, and then the rhetoric stage. Now, each of these stages have different focus, different methods, and different approaches on how students and teachers gather information, share information, and then process it. And so when we think about our students, we are producing leaders, not just any kind of leaders, the leaders who thrive in lifelong learning. They allow us, the teachers and the administration, to feel secure that what we're doing is something productive, not just for our own school, but for the community and long-term for the culture as a whole.
But the primary concern of the grammar stage is getting them to learn the facts, those essential kernels of wisdom. So in the grammar school, this looks like the repetition of jingles, chants, memorized songs, poems, learning the cadence and flow of language, learning those essential facts for history, the essential formation of words and structures and grammar.
In the logic phase, students are naturally challenging the reasons behind whatever they see and hear, whatever they read and experience. At Ad Fontes, courses in these years work with this natural bent to prove and to justify. As an example, the geometry course I teach uses Euclid's Elements as our primary text, and at every turn, the students are required to support their claims. This is a great foundation for rhetoric papers, apologetics discussions, science discoveries, history debates, Latin translations, and literature analyses. It's also a great foundation for a mature Christian adult seeking to live in the world with the principles and witness of the gospel. Now, recognizing that future college and career plans are important in a student's lifetime, we don't consider these as the most important goals. We aim to come alongside them in the teenage years to support, guide, mentor, coach, and call them to a greater good. As well prepared as they are for college, we like to say that college preparation is not as important as character formation. The highlight of the rhetoric phase is the senior thesis project. Our seniors choose a difficult topic, research for weeks and weeks, and write a 15 to 25 page paper defending a thesis. In May, each student delivers a prepared, memorized speech of about 15 minutes to a panel including experts from outside the school.
This is the epic of it all. The classical education model presents a student who is capable of not only learning material, but being able to defend it and articulate it in a very eloquent way. Then that model produces in our students a lifelong learning, which is what our our history, our Western civilization history has produced with the great minds, the great learners, the great teachers. We seek truth because the truth ends up being our freedom, the freedom to be fully educated, which is what liberal arts means in a classical education.
In every classroom, we strive to create a place where children are valued, challenged, and inspired to become the child of God that they're created to be.
We intentionally form a culture of strong fellowship among students, families, and staff.
I was looking for a one-word answer to describe the Ad Fontes Academy community. My daughter and I are heading over to get her makeup done for the autumn ball this year. And I said to her, describe for me in one word the AFA community from your perspective. She says, are you kidding me? It's a family, and it's awesome.
Our house system is divided into 4 different houses. Each student coming into the school is assigned a house. This is an advantage for both older students and younger students because it provides fellowship for both ages. Some students get to be mentored, others get the opportunity to take on the role of mentor, providing opportunities for leadership and for growth for everyone. One of the things that I get very excited about our house system here at Ad Fontes is that it is entirely student run. Our house system has a student leadership team, and those are the people who are in charge of the student experience. Now, it's true that I am over them and I am training them in leadership and in providing guidance for them, but the students are the ones that ultimately are in charge. When you're young, all you want is to grow up. And when you get older, you realize the value of being younger. And I would say our house system capitalizes on those 2 things, that desire to be pulled up and that desire to reach down. And I think that's a beautiful thing. We do want supportive, unified communities. Our houses are a place where that can be fostered.
Ad Fontes has been our home and family for over 10 years now, ever since my oldest daughter started attending kindergarten. From the very beginning, we could see that the Ad Fontes administration was supporting our children and our goals as parents to train the kids to love and serve the Lord, to seek after His wisdom, and to respect and honor authorities in our lives. In addition to spiritual formation, Ad Fontes was working to unlock our kids' best potential at the earliest grades. The kids are really pushing each other to do hard things in the classroom. They're supporting and encouraging each other to think higher, to be better, to work harder. They're learning to love learning and read books. And really, you can't ask for anything better from an education.
What excites me most is being able to see sports as really a platform for sharing the gospel. I know sports has transformed my life, and it's through the experiences that I've had that I want to be able to see that for our student athletes. And so some of those things go from our students partaking in weekly devotionals with our faith and athletics here at the school to even leading up Bible studies before practices. And so just being able to see some of these unique distinctions that you don't get everywhere else for our student athletes and wanting to grow and serve one another, I think is very exciting for me and hopefully exciting for our athletes as well. One of the things that I strive for with our athletics is creating grassroots programs. And so over last year, we actually started a lower school basketball program for our 3rd and 4th graders, and this year continuing with our 5th and 6th to really just begin to develop some of those fundamental skills that they will need to succeed at the middle school and high school level, but to also to begin to stir kind of that passion and that interest, which for me has been really exciting and has even gone beyond to where even parents are starting to fellowship a little bit more and creating that community between the upper and the lower school. And so we're hoping to do more of that with some of our other sports like volleyball and soccer.
At Ad Fontes Academy, you see the education of a student as not being primarily academic. Academic is an essential component of the full formation of the child. So this is growth in mind, growth in body, growth in spirit. So as teachers, we see ourselves as partners with parents in this formation. Two entities of parent and school coming together with a united vision, with a united goal of bringing growth in wisdom and virtue to our students.
From kindergarten to 12th grade, we are nurturing the minds and hearts of students, fostering a deep biblical understanding of the world, and preparing well-rounded, confident graduates who are ready to lead and serve wherever God calls them.
Here at Advantes, to the source, that's what it means in Latin. They teach us everything from the Bible. God is the greatest writer of all. He wrote our story. Looking forward to upper school, I have heard a bunch of great things about it. My last year in lower school, and I've enjoyed it a lot. And I just feel like it's great, being the older one now in 6th grade is so much fun, and all the past years have been great too, and I am very much looking forward to upper school.
This year, my daughter entered 9th grade, and it's been so rewarding to watch her grow into the person that God has intended her to be. Her love of learning, her pursuit of wisdom, her love of her Savior Jesus, the growth that she experiences every day, and what I've been able to witness over the last 10 years has just been so fulfilling.
The upper school kind of helped me take my love for talking and discussing and turn it into finding a more formal way to do it and the professional way to do it. And so I now feel very comfortable talking in front of people. I know how to discuss and think through my words before I say them and communicate my emotions in a very thought out professional way. I'm looking forward to my senior thesis. It's just going to kind of be a testament to how much I've learned here. I'm nervous, but I feel prepared, which is not something I was expecting. As a 7th grader watching the senior theses, I was like, oh my goodness, that's so scary. But it's odd how not nervous I am. Writing my college essay, I found that very easy. It's very easy for me to tell my story and express myself like that. So I think that Advantes has prepared me by teaching me how to communicate and portray myself in a positive manner.
It is my great joy to be the 6th grade teacher here. It is an incredible experience to see God working through the students, to share my love for Him, my love for learning with them, to try to create that spark of wonder that I experienced here, to just enjoy learning, enjoy the gospel, to live out our faith together. It's my heart to live my faith in front of them, to speak honestly about the gospel and the way that it has affected my life, to live repentance when I make mistakes, and to experience the full force of Christ's love for me in my own weaknesses so that they can see that.
Come and see who we are and what sets us apart. Let us show you how AFA can impact your family.
Come and meet our Advantes family and experience the close-knit fellowship, deep faith formation, and time-tested principles of classical education that are raising up the next generation in the Lord. Schedule a personal call or tour with our admissions team today.